My professor's office hours secret changed my life. I failed my midterm so badly, my professor wrote. See me in red ink across the top. When I showed up at his office hours, I discovered he was running an underground coffee empire from his tiny campus office. Professor Miller taught Merida Lakenix, and I was barely scraping by with AD. The day I nervously knocked on his door, I expected a lecture about my academic failures. Instead, I walked into what looked like a miniature coffee shop. The bookshelf was filled with bags of beans, a professional fresa machine hummed in the corner, and the air smelled like heaven. Ah, Jessica, perfect timing. Can you tell the difference between these two beans? He asked, completely ignoring my failed exam on his desk. Before I could answer, 3 students walked in with cash in hand, the usual Professor M. They asked. He nodded, crafting perfect lates with practiced efficiency. What is happening right now? I finally asked. He smiled. My office hours side hustle. 5 years ago, I got tired of the terrible campus coffee and started bringing my own. And noticed. Now I sell about 60 cups a day between lectures. As he handed me an incredible cappuccino, he glanced at my exam. Your problem isn't economics minus. It's application. You are thinking about these concepts in the abstract, but economics is everywhere. He pointed to his setup. This little operation nets me an extra $40,000 a year, tax-free. Here is the deal, he continued. Help me run this 3 days a week, and I'll show you how every concept in my class applies to a real business. You'll get course credit as an independent study. For the next semester, I became Professor Miller's coffee apprentice. I learned about supply chains by sourcing beans, price elasticity by testing different price points, and marginal utility by tracking customer preferences. My grades went from D to A. Alackets on graduation day. Professor Miller handed me a small package. Inside was a bag of coffee beans with a custom label. Jessica's E and a check for $5,000. Your profit share, he winked. The university called yesterday. They want to replace the campus coffee shop with our brand. I told them I already had a business partner. I canceled my job interviews the next day. 5 years later, Anna Maru operates in 12 universities, and I guest lecture in Professor Miller's class every semester, minus teaching students how failing a midterm became the best thing that ever happened to me.